Hello everyone, this is DJ and welcome to another edition of RC Retirement. Today I'm going to cover a couple of changes to the Survivor Benefit Plan annuity and to the way that the VA's Dependency and Indemnity Compensation, or DIC, works with it. This change started a couple of weeks ago. The people who are affected should have already been notified, so this information is just being put out as an FYI to everyone else out there, especially if you're trying to help people understand from a layman's perspective how these things work. So I'm going to go to a presentation on my computer and show you a couple of things. Okay, so what you see on the screen now is a simple pie chart showing the way that the current change is going to affect people. The change originally, or the state of things originally, was that dependency and indemnity compensation would offset whatever you got from the Survivor Benefit Plan, just like VA compensation does with retired pay. But a law passed a few years ago is slowly changing that over time. So now, starting this year, 2/3 of DIC will not count toward the offset on the Survivor Benefit Plan annuity. So when this update started last year, when the offset was starting to be phased out last year, 1/3 of DIC was not counted toward the offset. So just to use simple numbers, if DIC was $1,200, then 1/3 of that is $400. Only $800 was counted towards the offset. Now, if that meant if your SBP amount was less than $800, then you still received no SBP annuity. So there was no change in your case. This year, using the same numbers, same theoretical numbers, if 1,200 is the amount of DIC, it's actually a little more, but if 1,200 is the amount of DIC, then 2/3 of that will not be counted towards the offset. So only 400 is counted towards the offset. So looking at this pie chart, you see a greater number of people who were not receiving the Survivor Benefit annuity will still receive it. Now, if the annuity is less than or equal to 400, again, just theoretical numbers that I'm making up for simplicity, then that person will still not see anything. Next year, however, the DIC offset goes away completely, and there will be it'll be very easy to counsel people on how DIC and the SBP annuity works, because there's no offset. They can receive both. Now, one caveat to that: currently, people who have an offset on the Survivor annuity receive what's called the Survivor Special Indemnity Allowance, or SSIA, which isn't a whole lot of money. It's just a little bit. But when the DIC offset goes away, so does SSIA. So the whole point of that special indemnity allowance was to make up for a piece of that offset. Well, if the offset goes away, there's no need for that special indemnity allowance. It goes away as well. Okay, so that is the simple version of the SBP change as far as how it relates to DIC, Dependency and Indemnity Allowance. I always trip up over that. That's why it's so much easier to say DIC. I imagine others trip up the same way. But anyway, that offset goes away as of next year. This year there's still a partial offset, but there will be a large number of people seeing an increase in their Survivor annuities, or in some cases seeing payment for the first time. So that's good news for them. If you know anyone who would benefit from this information, then please pass this short video on to them. This is great news for those people, and they need to be aware of it. Like I said, they should have been notified by Defense Finance and Accounting Service, or DFAS, already. DFAST still does things the old paper mail way, so it takes a little time for those letters to go out. But if you know anyone who could benefit from this information, either personally or just for information, then please subscribe to this channel, hit a like on this, and hit share on this video. Alright, so that's it for this video. I've got a couple of related ones coming up next week and a couple of weeks after, so please stay tuned for those. If you would like to support my work on this channel and some of my other endeavors, then please hop over to patreon.com/rcretirement and set up a regular monthly amount of whatever is most beneficial for you. Keep in mind that if you support me on Patreon for $25 or more per month and choose to engage me for other services that you find on my website, I'll give you a substantial discount towards those services. So one thing to keep in mind. Alright, so that's all I've got for this week. Again, let's get the information in the right heads so they can make informed decisions. So do what needs to be done with this video. And until next week, I'll see you then. Have a great day.